So I had a day trip to Rochester, just down the road, the former city of Rochester, with a cathedral that's been there for 1400 years and a Charles Dickens that was there for 14 years. Coffee, cathedral visit, bookshops, lunch, a couple more bookshops. Hello, my name's Gavin. This is Genre Books, and it's time for a miniature book haul. The biggest bookshop we went to is the biggest second-hand bookshop in England, apparently. This is Baggin's Bazaar. I think they're very careful to say in England, because there are places in Hay-on-Wye, which is in Wales, which are bigger, but they do have a lot of stuff. It can be a little pricey, and I put back on the shelf far more books than I came away with, but hopefully I've got quite a good selection, and importantly, with some of these books I was able to fill some gaps in some of the series that I have. So let's have a look, beginning with some 70s horror, satanic, occult, mystery type works with Dennis Wheatley's Gateway to Hell, a black magic story. And a book I've got a distinct feeling I've read part of before, but this is Gothic by Fred Botting, so this is a non-fiction examination of the Gothic genre. And a Western, one of a couple of Westerns I got, but this is the most modern, probably the most modern book I got here in total, but this is Larry McMurtry's The Last Kind Words Saloon, which is, for a Larry McMurtry book, quite a brief one. No date on this next Western, but as they're asking 3 and 6 for it on the cover, obviously predestination. This is Ghost Gun by Tom West, not an author I'm familiar with, in fact not a publisher I'm familiar with either, but yes, one of the more speculative purchases of the day. Next, an Edgar Wallace, originally written in 1926, most likely to take advantage of the success of Fu Manchu that Sax Roma was enjoying. This is The Yellow Snake, and this is a 1960 Pan reprint. This next author I've read a fair bit of now, but everything that I've read of his has been in pulp magazines. I've never actually had one of his novels before, but this is Ray Cummings' Tama, Princess of Mercury. This is Ace Science Fiction. This is only 2 shillings. From 1966, and with a dedication to Forrest J. Ackerman. I don't think this is going to shatter my conceptions of what science fiction could be, but I am going to enjoy it. He is a fun writer, and I don't think it's going to involve anyone shrinking or growing in size, which is something that often happens in a Ray Cummings story. Digit Books now, and Edmund Cooper, Tomorrow's Gift, which is a selection of short stories. Now this, I love the look of Digit Books. This is, I believe, from 1958, although there is a typo. I don't believe the book is as old as it says, but if you can read there, it says copyright Edmund Cooper 1058. I find that unlikely. As I said, some of the purchases I made allowed me to expand or fill in gaps of series that I already have on the shelves, and I was happy to find something in fairly good condition, and I think possibly in the same imprint as the ones I have, and that is Dangerous Visions 3 collection, edited by Harlan Ellison. So this has stories from Theodore Sturgeon, Larry Eisenberg, Henry Slezard, Sonia Dorman, John Sladek, Jonathan Brand, Chris Neville, R.A. Lafferty, J.G. Ballard, John Brunner, Keith Laumer, Norman Spinrad, and Samuel R. Delaney. So I'm expecting good things. Philip Jose Farmer. My Riverworld books have been missing the second volume, and I now have it, The Fabulous Riverboat. I have a book in the shelves, the third book in the Simon Rack series from Lawrence James, and I've been putting off reading that because I didn't want to start with the third book in the series. I now have the first two. Earth Lies Sleeping and Starcross, both here in Sphere Science Fiction. From Pyramid Books, and I think I've got the sequel to this, which is The Cometeers, but this is Jack Williamson's The Legion of Space. So I'm expecting space opera fun here. At the back of the shop, things get a little bit cheaper, thankfully, and although some of these books I'm not quite sure what I'm going to get, I think I'm going to enjoy finding out. Harold King's The Taskmaster. So this is about some hyper-competent CIA agent who is presumably... Oh, here he is. Taskmaster, codename of a ruthless assassin, a brilliant Cuban strategist trained by the CIA's Alec Gunther for the Bay of Pigs fiasco. Now he has suddenly re-emerged on a self-styled stalk-and-kill errand of vengeance. 8 CIA men are already dead, and Alec Gunther has been reactivated for a last-chance mission. So I think this one might possibly keep on the shelves till next August, or if not Garb August material, perhaps Spring Into Adventure will make a reappearance next spring. And talking of adventure writers, the Mac Bolan series from Don Pendleton is seemingly never ending, but pure action adventure wasn't Pendleton's only genre. Here he is in a science fiction, The Guns of Terror 10. Pinnacle Books science fiction from Beeline Books from 1970. And with that typography you could probably have guessed the time. But sometimes doing that you would be wrong, and I was here. This is an author I've not heard of. This is Beyond the 13th Sun by Mark Walden, and this is another speculative purchase, and I was taken in by the cover. I thought that is late 60s, early 70s. This is going to be something to enjoy. It's actually 1980. So for science fiction, this seems a little retro. I'm going to give it a go. This one is 1964 and looks it. The Stars Came Down by Richard Saxon. Another Digit book, 1963. The style of Digit books slightly different here, but I could not pass up a title like The Night of the Death Rain. And finally, a book which I snatched off the shelf as soon as I saw it. It's a reader copy, shall we say, but William Gibson and Bruce Sterling, The Difference Engine. So two of the masters of cyberpunk go steampunk, and their take on Victorian London. So there we go. There could have been another video which just consisted of me taking a book off the shelf, a gleam in my eye, looking at the price, that gleam fading, and me putting the book back on the shelf. It's a great bookshop, but I think you'd have to be feeling fairly flush to make the fullest use of it. I'll keep idly scanning eBay once in a while and hoping for the best, I think. But until next time.